Hello friends, welcome back to Legendary English. In this English story, we use the simple vocabularies and emotional storytelling to help you practice real-world English naturally. What if I told you that the most famous film award in the world started in a small hotel ballroom with just 270 guests and no TV cameras at all? Would you believe it? And now I want to ask you, if you could win an Oscar, would you choose it for acting, directing, or writing? Tell me in the comments below. The first Oscars. It was May 16th, 1929. In Hollywood, at the Roosevelt Hotel, the very first Academy Awards ceremony took place. No red carpets, no flashing cameras, no worldwide broadcast, just a small private dinner with about 270 people. Why was it created? 2 years earlier, in 1927, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, AMPAS, was founded. Its mission was clear: to recognize excellence in filmmaking, to bring more respect and prestige to cinema. The Academy wanted to prove that movies were not just entertainment, they were art. The first winners. That night, awards were given in 12 categories. Best Actor, Emil Jannings. Best Actress, Janet Gaynor. Best Film, Wings, a silent war movie that became legendary. The winners already knew in advance. No sealed envelopes, no suspense. It was simple, quiet, and intimate. Why it mattered. Even though it was small, the event planted a seed. For the first time in history, Hollywood said, "We will honor the best among us." And from that little dinner in 1929, a global tradition was born. The first Oscars may have been small and quiet, but they marked the beginning of what would become the biggest celebration of cinema in the world. Chapter 2: Why the Oscars were created. Have you ever wondered, why were the Oscars created in the first place? Was it just about trophies, or something much bigger? What do you think is more important for a movie, winning awards or making audiences happy? Tell me in the comments below. The birth of the Academy. In 1927, a group of Hollywood's most influential figures created the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, AMPAS. Their goal was not just to hand out prizes, it was to elevate cinema, to show the world that films were more than just fun entertainment. They wanted movies to be respected as art, the first purpose of the Oscars. The Academy decided to host an annual event to honor outstanding actors, directors, and writers, to encourage innovation and creativity in filmmaking, to unite the movie industry under one golden standard of excellence. It wasn't about money, it wasn't about fame, it was about recognition and respect. From the very beginning, the Oscars represented something unique. The idea that if you won one, you didn't just succeed at the box office, you became part of history. It was Hollywood's way of saying, this art form matters, and the world should celebrate it. The Oscars were never just about shiny statues. They were created to give cinema the respect it deserved. And soon, this small idea would grow into the biggest event in Hollywood. Chapter 3: The Golden Era of Hollywood. Imagine a time when movies were not just films, they were magic on the big screen. Welcome to the golden era of Hollywood. If you could meet one golden age star, would it be Charlie Chaplin, Audrey Hepburn, or Clark Gable? Drop your choice in the comments. From the 1930s to the 1950s, cinema became a global obsession. People lined up outside theaters. Hollywood stars became icons, and the Oscars grew in importance year after year. Legendary stars. This was the time of unforgettable names. Clark Gable, Gone with the Wind. Audrey Hepburn, Roman Holiday. Ingrid Bergman, Casablanca. Humphrey Bogart, The Maltese Falcon. Winning an Oscar didn't just mean recognition, it meant entering the Hall of Legends. Cinematic masterpieces. The golden era gave us films that still shine today. Gone with the Wind, 1939. Casablanca, 1942. The Best Years of Our Lives, 1946. These movies were more than stories. They were cultural milestones. By this time, the Academy Awards were no longer just a dinner party. They became an annual tradition, a night when the whole world looked at Hollywood. The golden statuette symbolized excellence, glamour, and immortality. The golden era was a time when cinema and the Oscars grew side by side. And as Hollywood shined brighter, the world began to notice, especially when technology brought the Oscars into every home. Chapter 4. Global Recognition. Can you imagine the Oscars without TV cameras? Believe it or not, for more than 20 years, nobody outside the ceremony could watch it live. If you could watch the Oscars live, what part excites you the most? The red carpet, the speeches, or the surprises? Comment your choice below. The first televised Oscars. It was 1953 when the Academy Awards were broadcast on television for the very first time. Suddenly, the glamour of Hollywood entered people's living rooms. Millions of viewers across the United States tuned in. For the first time, fans could watch their favorite stars walk the red carpet, win awards, and give emotional speeches. As television spread worldwide, so did the Oscars. By the 1960s, the ceremony wasn't just an American event, it was an international celebration of cinema. From Paris to Tokyo, from London to Rio, people stayed awake at night to see who would take home the golden statue. Iconic hosts and performances. The televised Oscars also gave birth to legendary moments. Comedians like Bob Hope made the show entertaining. Musical performances added glamour and excitement. Emotional speeches turned into headlines the next day. The Oscars were no longer just about Hollywood. They were about the world watching Hollywood. For actors and filmmakers, winning an Oscar now meant millions of people saw it happen live. It wasn't just recognition anymore. It was immortality in front of the world. With television, the Oscars transformed from a local Hollywood dinner into a worldwide tradition, and soon, unforgettable moments, both magical and shocking, would make Oscar night the most talked about event of the year. Chapter 5. Memorable Moments. What's the one Oscar moment you will never forget? The tears, the laughter, or maybe the shocking mistakes? If you could relive one Oscar moment, which would you choose? Charlie Chaplin's standing ovation, Marlon Brando refusing his Oscar, or the La La Land mix-up? Tell me in the comments. Emotional speeches. The Oscars have always been more than awards. They're about emotions. One of the most powerful moments was in 1972 when Charlie Chaplin returned to Hollywood after 20 years of exile. When he walked on stage to receive an honorary Oscar, the audience gave him a 12-minute standing ovation, the longest in Oscar history. In 1973, Marlon Brando won Best Actor for The Godfather, but he didn't show up. Instead, he sent Sachin Littlefeather, a Native American activist, to reject the award as a protest against Hollywood's portrayal of Native Americans. The room was shocked. It was one of the boldest Oscar moments ever. Shocking mistakes. Even the Oscars are not perfect. In 2017, during the Best Picture announcement, presenters mistakenly declared La La Land the winner. The truth? The actual winner was Moonlight. The confusion created one of the most chaotic and unforgettable Oscar moments of all time. Over the years, live performances have also become highlights. Celine Dion singing My Heart Will Go On. Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper performing Shallow. Elton John, Beyoncé, and many more making Oscar night a musical spectacle. From unforgettable ovations to shocking mistakes, the Oscars are not just about winners and losers. They are about the moments that stay in our hearts forever. Chapter 6: Modern Oscars and Diversity. Are the Oscars only about Hollywood glamour? Or are they also about change and diversity? Do you think the Oscars should focus more on diversity or only on artistic excellence? Share your opinion below. As the world changed, so did the Oscars. For decades, the Academy faced criticism for being too exclusive, favoring certain groups while ignoring others. The lack of diversity in nominees became a global conversation. In 2015 and 2016, all 20 acting nominees were white. The hashtag #OscarsSoWhite went viral. It forced the Academy to face its lack of representation. In response, the Academy promised to diversify its membership, bringing in more women, more international filmmakers, and more people of color. Recent years have seen more international films and diverse voices winning. Parasite, 2019, the first non-English film to win Best Picture. Nomadland, 2020, directed by Chloe Zhao, the second woman ever to win Best Director. Performers like Viola Davis, Mahershala Ali, and Yoon Yoo-jung earning historic victories. These wins showed the world that the Oscars were finally opening their doors. Today, Oscar night is not only about fashion and awards, it's also a platform for powerful messages about equality, representation, social justice. The stage has become a mirror of the world's conversations. The modern Oscars are more inclusive and global than ever before. They're not just Hollywood's awards anymore. They belong to the whole world of cinema. Chapter 7: The Legacy of the Oscars. Why, after almost 100 years, are the Oscars still the most important film award in the world? Do you think winning an Oscar really changes an actor's career? Or is it just a shiny trophy? Tell me in the comments. A symbol of excellence. Since 1929, the Oscars have represented the highest recognition in cinema. Winning one means your name is written in the history of film. Actors, directors, and writers don't just win a prize, they join a legacy. An Oscar win can transform an actor overnight. Unknown names become global stars. Respected actors become legends. Films gain massive attention and box office success. The phrase Academy Award winner before a name changes everything. A global stage. The Oscars are not just Hollywood's night anymore. They are a worldwide celebration of cinema. Audiences from every continent tune in. International films compete alongside Hollywood blockbusters. The golden statue has become a universal symbol of success. Despite controversies and criticism, the Oscars remain unmatched because they honor artistry, they celebrate storytelling, they connect generations of filmmakers and fans. For nearly a century, the Oscars have been the place where dreams meet recognition. The Oscars are more than just awards. They are a reminder of the power of cinema to inspire, to unite, and to make stories last forever. And that's why, after all these years, the Oscars still shine as the ultimate symbol of success in Hollywood and beyond.